Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am sitting down today to film, hopefully, a just fun, silly Q&A. I asked you guys on my Instagram for just some fun, weird questions. Some of you asked me some normal questions too, so I thought it would just be, you know, a good time, just a good time to sit down and chat with you. Hugo is napping. Theodore is a little restless. He just took a really nice long nap and just fed a little bit, but he also is having none of my shenanigans, so we'll see. Also, Peep, the bald spot back here. He has had a little bald spot growing for the past few weeks. He has a doctor's appointment next week, so I'll bring it up. But they said that it was normal the last time we went for his doctor's appointments. I mentioned it because it was a little bit smaller. And they said it was normal. Their hair is so like fine and thin, and it tends to fall out. Especially like being how often they're on their backs. And this little guy has been sleeping so well. This is turning into like a Theodore update. He's been sleeping so well for like hours in his bassinet. So the result is this little bald patch, this tiny little bald patch. You want to turn around and say hello to everybody? Also, he has socks on his hands. He's got socks for hands. Oh, little baby sock hands. We don't have mittens, and I am taking my own newborn hack advice, and I've been using socks on his hands. But it's also good because I don't want his hands to get chilly because it's a little cold outside, and you know, it's a little chilly inside. I also don't want him to scratch his face, so that's why he's wearing socks on his hands. It's the long and short of it. Okay, let's jump into this Q&A. Well, you know. Could go on and on and on. All right, these are such good questions, and if you want to answer any of them, please do in the comments. I would absolutely love that. First question, let's just start with a bang. Marry, fuck, or kill, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, or Star Wars? Also, if you're new here, hi, I am a nerd. It's my MO. Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, or Star Wars? Okay. So I think we need to start by like getting rid of one off the bat. I think that's going to be the easiest. So I would kill Star Wars. I know. I like Star Wars, but in the same arena as Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, it's the one that's got to go. Marry or fuck? Now, here's where things get a little tricky. Okay, when I think of the casts of both of the shows, I'm going to have to marry Lord of the Rings and fuck Game of Thrones. And this doesn't have to do with like the tone of either show or either movie, I should say, or either, what am I saying? It doesn't have to do with the tone of either story. There are more characters in the Lord of the Rings who I'd want to marry and spend my life with, my days, versus Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, I could pick like one or two characters I could, you know, and then I would marry the Lord of the Rings. Okay, let's move on. Next question. What kind of contestant, oh my gosh, guys, these are so good. What kind of contestant would you be on The Bachelor? How long do you think you would last? Okay, so I think this could go either one of two ways. Either I would get kicked off in like the first or second week because like, let's be so real, I am boring AF. And I was boring AF as like an early 20-something-year-old. I've looked like a toddler my entire life up until like last week, where now I just look like a haggard teenager. Like, I've never looked like a woman. I just haven't. Like, I've always looked like a kid, and now I just look like an older kid, like a kid who has wrinkles and looks sleep deprived. So I would never be, I don't know, I would just be bad on The Bachelor. I think they would just kick me off. The producers would be like, this chick is so boring, she's bringing nothing to the show, get her off. It would either go that way, or I could potentially lengthen out my stay on The Bachelor by not doing like mind games, but I think I could like make friends with some of the girls, and like, you know, I could persuade the guy enough to like stay interested in me so that I would last like, you know, a few weeks. I most certainly would not be winning. I just wouldn't, unless Jeff or The Bachelor were like some sort of like nerd, and I could like entice him with my nerd knowledge. But that's not how The Bachelor goes. Usually the girl who wins is either like super hot and gorgeous, or like very girl next door and like, you know, all American. And I feel like I'm none of those things. So, you know, the moral of the story is I wouldn't last very long. So either I'd only last a week or I'd last a few weeks. I'm feeding Theodore, so let's see how this goes. Favorite smell and least favorite smell. Okay, my favorite smell, and this is gonna sound funny, is my toddler. Anything all the smells of my toddler are just my favorite. I just love the toddler smell. And you guys know it's like sweat mixed with dirt, mixed with like when he just wakes up from his nap and he is so warm and cozy and cuddly, and he's got that like little toddler smell. Oh my gosh, that is my favorite. I want to bottle it up and eat it. I will also say, like, when Elsie is napping, her smell, so cute. Gosh, so cute. My least favorite smell, I don't know if I have like a least favorite. I mean, I guess trash. Garbage is my least favorite smell. I'm trying to think if there's like a particular but here's the funny thing. Sometimes I smell garbage and it reminds me of living on the cruise ship, and it reminds me of like that beautiful, carefree, like fun time in my life. For those of you who don't know, when you live in a cruise ship, all the crew lives at the bottom of the ship, and there's normally, this the ships that I worked on, there was this long corridor that the crew would use to walk the ship. So like to get from the front of the ship to the back of the ship or the middle of the ship, and that's like down there is where your crew cabins are, or the mess and stuff where you eat. So you take this one pathway, and it's called I-95, at least it was on the Disney ships, and at the very end of the corridor is where all the trash is. And the smell of the trash just like gets wafted through the entire I-95 corridor. You don't smell it in the rest of the ship. The rest of the ship smells glorious. But the second you step foot into like the crew area down there, it smells like trash. But I don't hate it, and I didn't hate it. Like at this, well, that's a lie. When I was working on the ship, there were times where I hated it because there were times where it smelled so bad. But now it's like a fond, nostalgic smell, so I wouldn't even say that trash is not even on my worst. I don't know what my least favorite smell is. I don't think I have one. If I think of one later in this video, I'll let you know. Next question is, which Disney character would you love to be friends with? So if you don't know Disney lingo, friends with is like to say, which character would you want to be? Just to like, you know, really break through the barrier there. Which Disney character would I love to be friends with? I think okay, if I didn't look like me, like if I didn't have the skin tone that I have and like the features that I have, and I could just like pick whichever character I wanted to be, like face character wise, I think I would choose Rapunzel. Her hair and her dress are so beautiful. I always envied Rapunzel. Thought she was so gorgeous. If I still looked like me but like could make minor tweaks, I would say Snow White. Fun fact, I was actually, they tried to have that happen. They tried, like how do I say this? They like tried to get me to be friends with Snow White, and I tried to be friends with Snow White. I thought I looked really good. I remember looking at the pictures, because what they'll do is they'll like get you all done up, and then they'll take pictures of you, and then they'll send it to casting, and casting will make the final call of like whether that will work or not. And I looked at the pictures and I thought like, oh wow, I look great. But they just weren't on board. My skin tone was too olive. My skin tone was like borderline too olive for the princess that I was friends with. So that just was not happening. But I just love how like youthful and like carefree Snow White is, and I love her outfit, so cute. So I think it was Snow White or Rapunzel. What is your favorite vegan product and why? Not weird, just curious. So product, like food, when I think vegan product, I think food, but I don't think you're asking about food. I think you're thinking like product. Okay, so I would say I really like my, and I think it's vegan. I'm pretty sure it's vegan. I really like my shampoo and conditioner. They're by the brand Giovanni, and sometimes I'll order it off Amazon and other times I'll get it at Whole Foods. I really like their stuff. Their conditioner does not leave my hair feeling weird. It doesn't like stay in my hair. It doesn't make my hair feel heavy. I really like their shampoo. I've tried the purple one and the green one and the brown one. I don't know like what I think the purple one is for overly processed hair, or is it dry hair? I don't know. I'm always just looking for like shampoos and conditioners that will make my hair like look more hydrated and like glossy and healthy, and their shampoos always do that. So I think that's my favorite like vegan product. I also really love, what's the deodorant I use? I think I use Tom's natural deodorant. I think they're vegan. Really like them. And what other? I think Pharmacy is vegan. I've been using their honeymoon glow serum. So good, love that. I think Paula's Choice is vegan too. I love their moisturizer. So those are the products. I know at the very least those are all cruelty free. I'm not entirely sure if they're vegan, but those are my faves. And is what's one thing you hope the boys learn from you? Well, I hope, okay, how about this? I hope that I have so much patience as they're growing up, that's what they learn from me. They learn patience, just in life. I love animals. The boys, I hope, grow up learning to love animals. So yeah, that's such a sweet question, and that's not something I've ever really thought about, so thank you. You miss not being a stay-at-home mom. So I am currently like 90% stay at home. Today is Thursday, and on Thursday evenings I go and teach dance. I only teach 2 classes, and it's 1 day a week, and I'm only gone for like a few hours. I consider myself like a full-out working mom because I'm not out of the house from 9 to 5 every day, or like working at home, working remotely. But I will say, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be teaching dance. I'm so happy to get out 1 day a week. It is so nice. It is so nice. After Hugo was born, before I started teaching dance again, I felt a lot of anxiety. I didn't want to leave Hugo. I felt a lot of anxiety about it. This go around, I felt a little bit of anxiety about leaving Theodore, especially because he was so much younger than when I first left Hugo. But let me just say, for my mental health, it has been glorious. I can look forward to Thursday evenings when I get to leave. I just love being around, like the dance studio that I work at is the same one that I grew up going to, and so some of the people that I work with I've known for like 20 years. So it's amazing that, you know, the people that I work with I consider family, and everyone is always so wonderful, and the kids are so great. So like I couldn't be more in love with what I get to do and why I get to leave the house, and I think that really helps with not feeling anxiety. And my mom watches the boys too, so I know that they're in good company, and like, you know, obviously my mom raised me and my brothers. Like she's great. It's so great. If anything, I wish that maybe I could leave like 1 more day during the week, but for now it's fabulous and I love it. Question, what are your go-to YouTube channels to watch? Love your channel. Thank you. So off the top of my head, some of my favorite, now here's the thing, I don't watch a lot of big YouTubers. I think the only big YouTuber that I watch is James Charles, and that's not even all the time. Just like sometimes if his videos look fun, I'll watch them. I like watching James Charles because I just find like it's a different life for me. It's so different for me, and he's just like, I find it easy to watch. It's good like stress reliever at the end of the day. I don't have to see like a perfectly curated pantry and feel guilty about it. Like, it's just fun to watch. It's fun to watch. Now, in terms of like smaller, I really only watch smaller YouTubers. I love and been watching for years and years and years. Please, I'll link everyone down below. Go check them out. They're all just so great. I love Shaz from Blonde Tea Party. She has like a makeup lifestyle channel, and she's from the UK, and she's just great. She's sassy. She's like everything I wish I could be if I were British. She's great. Love her. I also love Justina. Justina Ercola, I think is how you say her last name. I'm sorry if I butchered that. She has a fitness channel, and she is actually friends with one of my dear friends who I know from working at Disney, and she's just so knowledgeable and so smart. And I'm always, whenever I watch any of her videos, I just get so motivated to like be better in my life and just to like be better on my channel too. Like she's got great editing. I love her channel. So she's a big one that I watch all the time. I love Becca from Disney Kitty. I love Marion from My Jewish Mommy Life. I love Sierra from Sierra Sadiri. These are all people, I mean, a lot of people that I've collabed with. I only collab with people that I love to watch, and so it's like pretty much everyone that I collab with I love Marguerite from Marguerite Losel. Who else? I try to watch as many YouTubers as I can. I really do. I have like 0 time though. I have like so little time nowadays to watch any YouTube, but those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head that I watch. And if I think of any other channels that I really love, I will link them down below. Last question is such a great one. If Game of Thrones did a stage production, who Oh, and you were cast, who would you play? Oh, so let me like live all my fantasies and my dreams. If they had a stage production, okay, so if I was typecast, which is when you get cast by your appearance, I would say either I would get cast as Arya or Shay. But if I could choose, like in a dream scenario, I would choose Daenerys Targaryen, obviously. I wish and wish and wish and wish that I could rock some platinum blonde hair. Are you freaking kidding me? That is my dream. That is my dream. My dream is to have like platinum blonde silver hair. That is what I would like. And so in my wildest dreams, that is who I would get cast to play, and I would get to wear all her gorgeous wigs and her stunning costumes. So that's the answer to that. All right, guys, and those are all the questions. I freaking love doing this. Thank you so much for playing along with me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.